Hello, everybody out there. How is it going? We are live, and it is the 1st of December. That can only mean one thing. Yeah, near Christmas. Yay! Right, okay. So tonight we're back on the old flipper box, and we're going to be continuing with the farmers market. So we'll carry on with that. There's also a couple of other things that have been built onto the farmers market. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I hope everybody out there had a good weekend. The weather is absolutely terrible. It really is. Where I am, we've got a lot of wind outside, quite strong winds, blustery winds, and also we've got had rain all day. So yay, you might be thinking this looks a bit different. I've created myself a new office. I've used, well, I'll show you quickly before we start. I may as well. I've used this house, and I've just painted it up a little bit. It's a work in progress, but we're getting there with it. And I just added an extension onto it, because originally it ended here. This was like the living room area. So I've, done a little bit to it. Like I said, it's a work in progress, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So without any further ado, let's get to the old barn, which is the thingy, farmers market. So yes. Also, I won't be on tomorrow night, but the 3rd of December, okay, there will be a video going live that I am yet still to record tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to be recording it, and we'll work on this. And just to let you know, there will be a video going live on the 3rd of December in tribute to Ozzy, because that would have been his birthday. So yeah, be aware of that one. It's coming at you on the 3rd of December. Why do the lights always shine through brickwork? I can never understand that. In any event, let's get some painting done, shall we? We're going to start off with the ceiling, get the horrible job out of the way, and just get it done. Then we can get some lights up and see what we're doing in here. Now, this is going to be a staff room for the employees of the farmers market. Also, there has been some products put into the store, and also pricing as well. I will show you that in just a little bit here. Lovely stuff. Yeah, that's really disappointing when the lights shine through like that. So we've got to see if we can drown that out a little bit with some other lighting. But, we'll get there. It's a work in progress. We'll get there. Lovely stuff. Right. Okay. So there's this project ongoing, but it also means it's December. So in 22 days from now, is it? Today being the 1st, on the 23rd is when I'll be doing 2 live streams back to back. So be aware of that one. There'll be 2 live streams back to back on the 23rd. But now it's December, yeah, it's all good. And in the chat, my bro is in, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Boston Tea Pie is in. Hello, my brother. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. Welcome. Awesome to see you. Okay, so let me just paint that ceiling up there. Awesome. Right, so yeah, this is going to be like a staff room area. So yeah, we've got a little bit to do in here. Let's get some light on the subject, shall we? And yeah, we've added a couple of little other areas to it as well. I thought, let's not just leave it at a farmer's market. Let's do it a little bit differently, So that's exactly what we've done. There we go. A bit of light on there, never hurt anything. Let's also drown that out a smidge. So we'll go with it. We'll go with it. Would you like to see, now Boston's in, because I know he'll appreciate this, would you like to see the name of the store? And also another little thing I built? Well, this is the shop. Welcome to Juicy Bits Farm Shop. That's right. I've named it Juicy Bits. Oh, I'll give it some thought, brother. I'll give it some thought. I'll give it some thought. So yeah, there you go. Juicy Bits Farm Shop. Inside, we have stuff in here now. I've just done basic though. I hadn't really gone to town on it. But here, on the counter, you can buy some apple bowls for £3.25 each. Very nice. Now, this is where it gets good. Big and juicy melons. Everybody's got to have the big juicy melons for £1.25. An all-purpose cucumber, ladies. That all-purpose, and look at the number, 69. That's 69p, an all-purpose cucumber. How could you resist? How could you say no? Stock up for Christmas. Austin Powers, yeah, baby. So, yeah, all-purpose cucumber, 69p. We got some cucumbers there. We got some bread loaves for £1.10. We've got baguettes and baps. Got to have a couple of nice baps for 45 pence each. Here I've made a freezer because I couldn't find anything else to put it in. It's not perfect, but it'll fucking do for my purposes. So in here we've got some fresh frozen turkeys for £3.49. In the fridges, we've got free-range eggs by the dozen, and they're £2.50. And 1 litre cartons of juice are £1. They're in here. Over here we've got some loose apples for 25p each. And over here, various cakes from 89p and birthday cakes, the ones down there, £2.50. Cannot be bad, but it doesn't stop there. Because there's another building. I'm walking towards it now. If you're at a farm, they grow stuff. You know, things like that. So why not have a garden centre? Spare the balls when a man loses them. This is the garden centre, but what's it called? Welcome to Look at My Bush. Welcome to the garden centre called Look at My Bush. I've started doing that one. This I built today, and everything I've done on it, I did today. But yeah, Look at My Bush is the name of the garden centre. If we go inside here real quick. You've got some plant pots lined up there from $9.99. I've still got to put the rest of the stuff in, do the lighting and stuff, so there's a little bit of work to do there. Here, in this little section here, which leads up to the staff room, has a fucking, you know, the lights there, so a bit of late night shopping if there's a queue. You can just stand here waiting to get into the farm shop. So that is pretty good. Also, there is a secret building over there to try and avoid Bilo. Inside there is a bathroom and a bed. That motherfucker ain't going to get the better of me. Right. Okay, so inside the staff room, we're going to go with, I think a tiled floor is going to be appropriate for that. Let's go with... Well, what should we go with? Is the big fucking question, isn't it? Should we go with wood? Let's go with wood. Yeah, let's go with wood. That'll be a lot better. Let's do a nice pattern on it. Let's go for, we could go, yeah, why not a herringbone, yeah? Let's do it. A herringbone design on the floor with a bit of wood. You know it, brother. Holy fuck, the wind is getting up outside my house right now. If for whatever reason I go off, it's probably something to do with the weather. So if my internet goes out or I get a fucking power cut and I'm suddenly not here, then you know why. If it comes back on, I will return if it's within time. But all I have to say is, wind, don't be a cunt. Right. There we go. It does, brother, it does. Right. So, colour of the walls in here. Well, this is a farm shop. So I think I'm going to paint it, but I'm going to paint it a green. Just an easy green. So, yeah, just go with that. You know, just a nice easy going green. We'll get that all painted up. I am about to start another project as well. But that one's gonna take a little bit of time. I bought somewhere for it, but I think that might be a bit too much of a bit big for what I'm going to be building. I mean, I could do all of the areas I need to on it, let's say, but I'll be working on it. I'll think about it tomorrow, see what I'm going to do. But yes, like I said at the beginning of the stream, don't forget to check in on the 3rd of December because there will be a video going live to celebrate Ozzy Osbourne's birthday. That sounds awesome, brother. That really does. That sounds awesome. And if your builds are just going to be absolutely fucking spectacular. So can't wait to see it. So let's get this wall painted up. I do hope everybody did have a good weekend this weekend. My weekend was, well, not bad at all, brother. My weekend was typical, really. I haven't actually been all that well over the weekend, I'll be completely honest with you. Picked up a little bit of a bug, but I've managed to get it out of my system now, so otherwise I was going to stream last night, but I just was not fucking feeling up to it last night. I literally just sort of thought, you know what, I can't tonight. So I thought I'll see how I am tomorrow, and thankfully I'm feeling a little bit better today, so it's all good. Right. Let's get it sorted. Painting can be tedious. But we get it done. I don't really have a talking point tonight apart from, everyone's fucking talking about Christmas. I'm not going to be doing that. It's only the fucking 1st. I will confirm, though, that my lights are up. My Christmas lights and tree are now up. So at least that job's out of the bloody way. I mean, brother, that's fair enough. A taser to the ass would be fucking, a bit, horrible. But yeah. No, I mean, my weekend was just the same old, Quite honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you at the moment, life's partly good and part of it fucking sucks at the moment. Due to reasons I've spoken about before on here, life is not all that fucking amazing right now. But it's nothing to get down about. I don't let it really bother me all that much, but Your bush, oh, your tree went up Thanksgiving night. Nice one. I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving, bro. You know, hope you didn't eat too much turkey, or get too pissed. Right. That ship has sailed. Gotcha. Well, as long as you enjoyed it, that's the main thing, bro. That is the main thing. Also, say hello to Mama Boston for me. I hope she had a good Thanksgiving too. Right, put a couple of them in. We will put a telly in here because staff need a break, don't they? And then we'll do like a little kitchenette area kind of deal for them. You know what? Fuck that. I'm going to put the TV somewhere where it's awkward to see. There. You ain't enough to piss off enough vegans. Good on you. So, here's something that I'm going to talk about. The reason that I'm late streaming for this next week. Next week, the streams will go back to the normal sort of time. But the reasons I'm later streaming for the past couple of weeks have been through a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. That's a show we have over here in the UK. Different celebrities from different backgrounds go on it. And they do these challenges to complete win. They call them Bush Tucker trials because they're set in Australia. They do all these disgusting things, crawl around in shit and fucking fish guts and offal and stuff like that. And, well, I'm a Celebrity has been accused today of being racist. Or the viewers of I'm a Celebrity have been accused of being racist. Let me explain. Fear factor, it's well, I could say it may be based off that kind of thing. I know what a fear factor is. I've seen it a couple of times. Back in the day, there used to be there was a couple of wrestlers on it once I watched. So yeah, I know what fear factor is. But I'm a Celeb has been accused of being racist. Now, they have all kinds of celebrities go in there, and it doesn't matter about their background, where they come from, who they are, what the fuck ever, right? But they've been accused of being racist because there was two coloured people in there. A girl called Kelly, who's in the England women's football team as one of the Lionesses, a damn good footballer as well, I might add, and a girl called Alex, and also a comedian called Eddie. Now, they've been the first two people to be voted off. This week is vote-offs. Vote Jack Osborne, everybody, to win. Let him be king of the jungle. And there was, there's been all this going on, and the woke brigade have got involved, stepped in, and been sort of like, well, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is racist because the first two people who were voted off were coloured. Now, that's not racial. It has nothing to do with race at all. What that has to do with is people voting for their favourite person, to win I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And yet the woke brigade get involved and be like, well, no, this won't do, and want to stick their fucking bent fucking snouts in everybody else's fucking business. Well, to the woke brigade, I say, grow the fuck up. Right, it's 2025. Racism shouldn't be a thing anymore. Okay? And, it's nothing to do with that. We're voting for our favourite people to win. Okay, at the moment. We used to be voting for who wanted to do the Bush Tucker trials. Mama Boston said hi. Absolutely. You too, Mama Boston. I hope you're okay. Bless you. And, yeah. It's just sort of like fucking... Where does it end? Where does, honestly, the fucking madness end? You know, it's fucking ridiculous what they come out with these days. It really is. You know, that's the woke brigade all over, though, isn't it? Any chance to complain about anything, they'll do it. You know, they're all Karens, and you know, they're all Karens and Kevins and Chads and God knows what. But it's always the same thing. You know, anything to complain about. These are people who love to have an argument, who live for getting in other people's business. I mean, I watch these videos on Facebook all the time of these fucking Karens, and they just make me question humanity, if I'm being completely honest with you. They make me question everything. Because, you know, why be a cunt like that, you know? Why be sort of like, you know, the kind of person who's going to be, you know, moaning about everything? Have they not got anything else better to do? For example, right? I saw a video on Facebook. I think it was yesterday I saw that one. And they were saying sort of like about, there's this bloke knocked on this other guy's door. And he was like, you know, we think your car is an eyesore. We live in a clean neighborhood. Your car is dirty and stuff like that. You should wash your car. Excuse me? What has it got to fucking do with him? Anything to complain? It's ridiculous. These people have no fucking idea about how the world works. You know, just want to stick their nose into everyone else's business. You know. And, oh, fuck, oh, God, I'm going to tile that, actually. Fuck it. You know, it's like, why? Why do people need to be like it? You know, I love the fact that, you know, I'm one of them people who can do and has told people in the past to go fuck themselves. For instance, there was once, and this happened years ago. I mean, I'm going back fucking like over 20 years here, right? When I first met my wife, okay? Now, I'm not going to lie, my wife used to be a big girl. She isn't anymore, but she used to be a big girl, my wife. And we would be walking downtown, and I remember this woman saying, looking at her, and she stopped and looked at my wife. We weren't even married then. And she just looked at her and said, in her posh voice, "You should lose weight." And I looked and I, what? Did she just tell her that she should lose weight? So I turned around and goes, "And you should mind your own fucking business, bitch," and walked off. No, she was an older woman. I don't really give a fuck. You know what she was. But, you know, it's one of them people. She could have walked past and not said a fucking word and still enjoyed her day. Instead, she decided that she wanted to be told, you know, to get told to be fucked, you know. She wanted me to tell her to fuck her off instead. That's fine, you know. I'm more than happy with that. It's people sticking their fucking nose in, you know, in other people's business. And that's how fucking a lot of this drama starts, you know? There's too much fucking drama in the world. That's all basically, if you look at it, that's all fucking politics is drama. You know, it's drama, it's theatre, it's a pantomime, you know? But it's unfortunately a pantomime that we have to live with and face the fucking consequences from. They say do one thing and then we're sort of like, you know, we're fucked if we do, fucked if we don't, you know. It sucks, it really does. Just don't be a cunt, you know. And yeah, so when it comes to I'm a celeb, no one who's voting is fucking racist. No one should be racist. It's 2025. The only thing that you need to be concerned with is sort of like, you know, having a nice time watching the TV. Literally it. I watch it every single night, and I really enjoy the show. I liked Alex when she was in there. I thought she was a good campmate, and I liked Eddie when he was in there because he was one of them, good old guys. He's a solid bloke. Came from nothing and made himself into something. A rags to riches story. And I really, really liked to hear that. When he told that in there, I liked. I thought it was a nice story that. But why do people have to be dicks? I mean, seriously, why do people have to be, the people who's going to stick their nose into other people's business? Fuck off. You know. Oh, I suppose we can get Christmassy, can't we? Let's put some of these down here. And we'll do a few holly trees. That should be enough. I just don't get it. Fortune spindle tree. I've got to remember the name of these fuckers because I've got to do signs for these. Where's the holly tree? There it is. One in there, and one in there. One in there. Right. Oh, my fucking voice is going again. Right. Time for a slurpy slurp. Not the kind I want, unfortunately, but ayo. Lovely. Excellent. Right. Okay, so we've got some holly trees there. Let's put a sign up. That bush has got body crabs. Look out for it. Oh, exactly. Yeah. I know. Right. How much should we charge for a holly bush? That is the big question, isn't it? What's it worth? The pots are $9.99. That's in a pot. So if the pots are going to be £9.99 and you've got an entire, holly tree in there, what should we say? 15 quid? Something like that? Right. So I'm going to write it in. Whatever 50 US is the quid. I don't actually know. 50 US. I think you're looking at about 35 quid there. So around about that figure. Holly tree. I mean, you're getting the tree for a fiver. I'm going to go 20 quid on it. Let's go 20 quid. There we go. Holly tree, 20 quid. Right, next we need to probably put some more pots out and see what else we can get together. Let's pick something to have in there first. Now, you could do small trees. You could do some small trees, couldn't you? A banana tree. What's this? A hydrangea. I'm not fucking spelling hydrangea. A rhododendron. I'm not doing that one either. Where's the... here we go. Rose bushes. Rose tree or a bush. Right. Let's get another pot or two. If we can, well, we can just fit. So there's 4. Right. That's in trees, wasn't it? I mean, we could always do these snowy firs. Never can go wrong with a nice bush. Amen to that, my brother. Aye fucking men. Yeah, go on. Let's do some rose bushes. So we'll put one in there. Be nice to change the colour. There we go. Right, let's get another sign up. Right. Okay. There's also a piece of tree coming through the brickwork, so that's always wonderful. Oh, cheers, yeah. You know, I don't know what, some fucker just came in and said, I want to hear music. And I was like, oh, what, you know. I've had it for years. On YouTube, you got to buck and be ready for anything. I've dealt with some pricks in my time. Right, how much is a rose bush worth? Roses are always expensive anyway, right? So I'm not going to... I'm going to go 30 quid. And this is all still part of the same farm shop. It's like $15 for one rose over here, yeah. They are expensive. Everything's fucking expensive now, though, bro. Everything is expensive. So I'm going to put a few more pots along here and we'll pick something to put in them. Do you know what? Before I do that, I'm actually going to map out these because, you know, I can't go too near the door is the thing. So I'm going to have to space it out as best I can. And I'll put one there and one there. And we'll do sort of like a little circuit. So you'll walk in here, look at the pots, walk around here, look at them, go down here kind of thing, you know, and weave around kind of deal. So, right. Let's get back to the gardening stuff. Let's choose a different kind of pot. That's a smaller one, so we can probably do a few more different kinds of plants with them. They probably will stick out of the friggin' wall. Hey, this is House Flipper. Right. So ornamental plants, I'm not really interested in that. Trees, I'm not too fussed about that either. I could do a snowy, you know, Christmas tree thing, but it's not what I want on this build. You'll see them later on. I need something that I can spell. A raspberry bush. Okay. Who's going to purposely buy brambles? A blueberry bush? A lilac bush? There, fucking hell, that's massive. That is one big bush. That's what she said. Or that's what he said. So, a blueberry bush. How about that? Will that fit in the pot? Yes, it does, but it looks a bit out of place. Let's go something different. What's that? A rose bush. Pine tree? Okay. Well, that's how a lady can lose her pussy. I mean, exactly. Oh, yes. Completely agreed. Mm. What's that? Another rose bush. I don't want another rose bush. A blackberry bush. Now, that I could probably do something with. There's a big... Yeah, we could do that. Will it fit in all pots, though? It's going to look a little bit messy, but I'm okay with that. Come on, in the pot, you bastard. There we go. Right, so that was a blackberry bush, wasn't it? Okay. We'll do a nice cheap one on this one. Blackberry bush. And let's call it 15 quid on that one. There we go. And then we'll put just a few along here because it is near the door. So let's go with something different. What should we go for? Like a wicker kind of plant pot. We could do that. I'll space these out just a little bit and I won't put many in. Maybe 4 will do the job. So we need something to go in them. Let's see if we can find something, kind of small. A clematis. That's a climbing plant. So hazelbush. I'm happy with that. It's easy and I can spell it. So, however, it doesn't want to go. So, Fortune Spindles tree. Like I'm going to write that. A hedge. Nah, that ain't going in. Aha. Fresh 35 a gram. Well, it's very reasonably priced. And what was that? A blueberry bush. That's reasonably priced. Blueberry bush now. I'll go another 15 quid on this, I think, as well. I'm gonna be one of them pains in the arse, and I'm gonna go 15.99. Right, so that's them ones. Now I want to put 2 small rows of pots down here, and this is where it could all go terribly fucking wrong, and knowing me, it probably will. That's not a small pot. That's an even worse one. I want something small. Hang on. Perfection. Right. We'll use these ones to go down here. That'll do. And then we need to space it out. And I'm going to go down this side as well. So that way, for customers walking around, they can look. The floor is just going to stay concrete. There's no point in doing a floor in here because it is a garden centre after all. Plants get watered, the floor gets wet, so there's no point. Okay, so did they ever consider doing the penny of this? No, they're still making the penny. They're still making the penny. I don't even know what for. But yeah, they still make the old pennies. Can't use that one. What about that? A small. Will it go into a pot? No. Oh, damn. No, no, we've still got the old British pennies. What the fucking hell is that thing? Standard topiary. If I'm going to sell them, I've got to make them bigger. I can't get them into a pot. And it's half of this shit, I'll end up fucking up spelling. 9 bark green, 9 bark yellow, 9 bark. Whatever a fucking 9 bark is, if it'll go into the pot, I'm all over it. It won't. Lilac tree. Yeah, that's not happening either. There's other blueberry bushes and stuff, but I don't know who the fuck would want to buy brambles. Right. Do we have tiny? Right, okay. Aha. Right. I know these have got a certain name, but they're a palm tree, so I'm just gonna call them small palm trees. It's easier that way. I'm sure trading standards will be completely fine with what I call it. Okay, so I'm just going to call it small palm tree. And how much do we charge for this? Oof, a tree. Well, let's go. $25. $99. No cheaper than £100. Do you know what? I'll go with you. I will go with you on that one then. There you go, 99.99. It is a tree, and it is exotic as well, so I mean that's fair dinkum on that one, really, isn't it? A banana tree. We can do some of them. No, these are going to be expensive as well because obviously they get big and they grow fruit. So a banana tree. So we'll do that. And that is going to be expensive as well. Exactly. My thoughts exactly, brother. 100%. Right. Yeah, banana. Banana tree. How much should we go for? Well, it's one of them ones that's going to gets big, keeps constantly growing. I'm going to go big on this one, and it's probably going to be way too much, but I'm going to say £125. There you go. And that's pretty much the garden centre done. Amen to that, my brother. So we do have, I mean, that's pretty much all done now. We could even fucking sell it if we wanted to. Which, do you know what we might just do? We usually sell something in a stream, don't we? And that's the way we finish. How long have I been streaming for? Let me check this out. It's been 45 minutes. So, yeah, we can sell this and then maybe do a couple of minutes, 5 or so minutes work in my new office area. So, yeah. Why don't we fucking sell it? See what comes up. Goodbye, big and juicy melons. 69p all-purpose cucumbers. Outstanding. This one has been quite a nice, easy build. You know, and I'm really happy with how the staff room came out as well. You know, and the garden centre as well. There's a few things sticking out of the wall there, but don't matter, do it. Okay, then, if we're ready to sell, we'll do it. And that way I can start on a new project tomorrow. Here we go. We're going to sell this bitch in 3, 2, 1. No buy low is good. And that's quite a nice profit there, to be perfectly honest. 225, 235, 234. It's going to go to Bella Green, who has got the best offer. So, yes, 235. It is yours, my love. You take it. Let's take a look at the photos. What it was, what it is now. There's good old juicy bits. Shows what you can, you know, what you can do with somewhere, you know. And I'm really, really happy that I did this build. Unfortunately, it just concentrates on the main house. It's not showing the other bits. But hey, we got a good profit on that. Sure, I'll save the photos on that one. Why not? You may as well. Okay. Right, my new home then. So basically got the living room area pretty much sorted. You know this area had to go in. You know that had to go in. Let's go and do something else somewhere else. How about... Well, that could be a kitchen area. I was honestly thinking about putting that through and fucking making quite a big kitchen, but... let's do one of the bedrooms. They're only small. It has just occurred to me we don't have a bathroom, do we? Right. One bathroom coming up. Ooh, that's going to be tight. That's what she said. Right, I'll start this. I'll only do like a few minutes work before I finish here tonight. I think we'll go 5 minutes, but hey, you can do a lot in 5 minutes on here. Is it all clean? It looks to be. I don't really like that. Well, again, that can be painted, can't it? Right. Okay, let's tile it up. Let's go for that one. Make it bigger. I said fucking bigger game. Thank you. We're going to go blue. A bit darker. And in all honesty, that will do. So it's only going to be like a small bathroom. I don't know if I'll do a shower in this one. It might have to be a bathtub situation in this one. Okay. And then we'll do, of course, a tiled wall. We could go green marble. How would that look, though? I'll go with it. Why the fuck not? Life's about taking chances, so let's take a chance. Excelente. Yeah, it looks all right. It'll do. I mean, this is going to be my office. It's not exactly sort of like, you know, going to be one of them places that, you know, I'm doing up literally, to, you know, to make a profit off. you know, this is the office area, so that doesn't really matter all that much, really. We'll carry that tile theme across. Yeah, not too bad. And let's do a light in here. Fuck it, can we chuck it up there? Not really, can we? Okay, not an issue. Let's just go with one of these then. Now, I'm not going to know how that properly looks until it's dark, but I think it'll be okay. Right. Okay, let's head down to here. Bathtub. Of course, we can have a bathtub in there. Why not? We'll chuck that in there. I'm going to take the chance and see if I can fit this in here. Come on. There we go. Right. Yeah, we'll put one of them in there. A regular shitter has got to go in. We'll put that there, and the sink over here, I think. You just got to be fucking careful when you're standing there not to hit your head on the roof. That would be a bad day. Bathroom's done. That simple. Let's get a door. Done. There we go. Bathroom is done. Now we've got to turn this into some kind of bedroom. But that'll be for another time, maybe also off stream. So that is me done for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming in. I do appreciate it. I'll be back again at some point this week, I hope. But yeah, take care. Also, please remember the 3rd of December. I will be uploading a tribute video for Ozzy Osbourne because it will be his birthday on the 3rd. So I'm going to be saying happy birthday to Ozzy this year. So please tune in for that. That will be on the 3rd, which is his birthday. That will be uploaded. But for right now, thank you for streaming. Thank you for coming in. Boston says thanks for streaming. Thank you for coming in, my brother. Always a pleasure to have you in the stream. Much love and God bless you. And yeah, Boston's awesome. You want some content? Go visit him. Boston Tea Party is the channel. You want mansions, firefighting, police chases, anything you want. He's got it over there. Boston Tea Party is the place to be. So go and subscribe to my brother, Mr. Boston Tea Party, right here on YouTube. Also, another very, very good friend of mine, Pam's Game TV 2000. She is a house flipper extraordinaire and can flip with the best of them. She is absolutely incredible. Her builds are smaller builds, but she puts such a lot of work into them that you wonder how she does it. She's really, really good, a fantastic person. So go and subscribe to Pam's Game TV as well. In the chat, Boston says, thanks for the shout out, brother. Take care of yourself. Stay safe and have a good night. I will, my brother. You too. All the best to you. And also, didn't come in tonight, but we've shouted out Boston. We've shouted out Pam. And we're just going to say a massive hello out there to Kathy if you're watching. Hope you're all good. Right, I'll be back at some point, guys. I don't know when it will be. Hopefully sometime this week. But until next time, take care, stay safe, be good to each other, and God bless you all. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers, and good night, everybody.